So in this lecture, we are going to discuss about the vapor pressure and lowering of vapor pressure. In previous lecture, we discussed what is a solute, what is a solvent, what is a solution, what are the colligative properties, how we can express the concentration of the solution, that is molarity, molality, and mole fraction. Then we also discuss about ideal solution, non-ideal solution. Okay. So related to the colligative properties, let us going to discuss now vapor pressure and lowering of vapor pressure. Vapor pressure, it is a colligative property. Vapor pressure, it is a colligative property because vapor pressure, it is depends upon the number of solute and solvent molecules. Suppose if you take a water in a beaker, okay, solvent, water is a solvent, and in that solvent, okay, in that solvent, if you are adding sodium chloride, it is a solute. What happens? The vapor pressure of the water get decreases. The vapor pressure of water get decreases. Vapor pressure of H2O decreases here because due to the addition of the non-volatile solute, sodium chloride, it is a non-volatile solute. It occupies the solvent molecules here. Sodium chloride is here now. Okay. So due to that, vapor pressure get reduces. Actually, without a solute in water, water has a tendency to goes into the vapor state. So there are some vapors are there above this. Okay, some vapors are there because water has a tendency to goes into the vapor state. Okay. So these vapors created the vapor pressure. These vapors created the vapor pressure. So when we are adding the solute molecule, that vapor pressure get reduces. Okay. So the vapor pressure of a liquid, any liquid, is constant at constant temperature. Vapor pressure of a liquid, vapor pressure of a liquid is constant at constant temperature. If temperature is constant, vapor pressure is also constant. If we increase the temperature, vapor pressure is also increases. You can see here, 1 minute. If we increase the temperature, suppose that in a beaker we have taken a water, okay, then there is a certain vapor pressure is existing onto it. Okay. Certain vapor pressure is existing. So this is the vapors are there, and these vapors created the vapor pressure, vapors of water, and it will create the vapor pressure. It will create the vapor pressure onto the surface. Now the vapor pressure of a liquid is constant at constant temperature. Vapor pressure of liquid is constant. If the temperature is constant, then vapor pressure is also constant. The vapor pressure of the liquid is constant at constant temperature. As we increase the temperature, by supplying the heat, what happens? Evaporation is takes place. So more vapors are formed here. and due to the formation of the more vapors, the vapor pressure is increases. So as temperature is increases, vapor pressure is also increases. Vapor pressure is also increases. Okay. It means that vapor pressure is depends upon temperature. Even though we are adding the solute here into this, any solute, if we are adding the sodium chloride, then what happens? The vapor pressure get reduces. Vapor pressure get reduces here. So due to the addition of non-volatile solute, vapor pressure of a liquid, decreases, because that solute occupies the solvent molecules. So the escaping tendency of the solvent means liquid to the vapor state get decreases there. Okay, so the non-volatile solute, due to the addition of the non-volatile solute, the vapor pressure of a liquid get decreases. So vapor pressure, it is a colligative property because it depends upon total amount of the solute which is added into the solvent. So let us see here, if a liquid is placed in an evacuated vessel, any pressure developed in the space above the liquid surface in a vessel can be measured. If a liquid is placed in an evacuated vessel, evacuated means there is no air inside it, and any pressure developed, because that liquid has a tendency to goes into the vapor state, so that vapors are formed there. So any pressure developed in the space above the liquid surface in a vessel can be measured. That is called as a vapor pressure. This pressure is constant at a given temperature and is known as a vapor pressure of the liquid. That is called as a vapor pressure of the liquid. Thus, vapor pressure of the liquid can be defined as, what is the vapor pressure? The pressure exerted by the vapors. Okay, you can see here, the pressure exerted by these vapors. These vapors are there, so pressure is exerted here. So the pressure exerted by the vapors above the liquid, this is the liquid here, above the liquid surface in equilibrium with the liquid at a given temperature, that is called as a vapor pressure. So vapor pressure of the liquid can be defined as the pressure exerted by the vapors or the pressure created by the vapors above the liquid surface, okay, in equilibrium with the liquid at a given temperature. So that is called as a vapor pressure. Now the vapor pressure of the liquid depends upon nature of the liquid. All the liquids are not having the same vapor pressure. Okay, let us take the example to explain this. The vapor pressure of the liquid depends upon nature of the liquid and temperature. It will depends upon the nature of the liquid and temperature. Suppose in one beaker we have taken water. Okay, in one beaker we have taken water, that is 100 ml water we have taken. Suppose, imagine this, okay, 100 ml water, H2O. In another beaker we have taken another liquid, that is suppose acetone. We have taken acetone, okay, that is also 100 ml, same volume, 100 ml of acetone. Now the vapor pressure created above this liquid surface in case of water and these are the vapors here, Okay. Now the vapors are created here also. Okay. So the vapor pressure created in this case, in case of the acetone, is larger, and the vapor pressure created in case of the water, it is less comparative to that of the acetone. This is because acetone, it is having higher escaping tendency. Acetone is having higher escaping tendency. Escaping tendency means to goes into the vapor state. The boiling point of the acetone, it is less. It is around supposed to be, I think, in between 60 to 70 degrees centigrade. And boiling point of the water, it is 100 degrees centigrade. So when you take the same volume of the acetone and water in the beaker, more vapors are formed here in case of the acetone. So vapor pressure created will be higher here as compared to this. Okay. It means that the vapor pressure, it is depends upon the nature of the liquid. It will depends upon the nature of liquid. Okay. Now, nature of liquid means if the liquid is different, vapor pressure is different. Okay. It will depends upon also on the temperature. The vapor pressure of the liquid, it is also depends upon the temperature. At constant temperature, vapor pressure is constant. But as we increase the temperature, vapor pressure will be increases. Because by increasing the temperature, more vapors are formed here. When you increase the temperature, more vapors are formed here. So vapor pressure will be higher. So vapor pressure of the liquid, it is depends upon these two, nature of the liquid as well as temperature. So we can say that the vapor pressure of the liquid depends upon nature of the liquid and the temperature. Okay. Now let us going to discuss the relative lowering of vapor pressure of a solvent and Raoult's law. Now we know what is a vapor pressure. Vapor pressure, it is a pressure exerted by vapors on the surface of the liquid. That is a vapor pressure. And that vapor pressure, it is a colligative property, because it is depends upon the relative amount of the solute and solvent molecules. So vapor pressure, it is a colligative property. Okay. So let us going to discuss now relative lowering of vapor pressure of a solvent. Okay. So the vapor pressure of a liquid depends upon the rate at which the molecules escape from the surface of the liquid. The vapor pressure of a liquid depends upon the rate at which the molecules escape from the surface of the liquid. That is the escaping tendency of the liquid. When a non-volatile solute is added to a liquid, the escaping tendency of the solvent get lowered. When a non-volatile solute is added to a liquid, the escaping tendency of the solvent get lowered. So let us explain this. Okay. See now here we are going to be discuss relative lowering of vapor pressure. Relative lowering of vapor pressure. Okay. So we know that vapor pressure of a liquid is constant. Vapor pressure of a liquid is constant at constant temperature. At constant temperature. Okay. As the temperature is increases, vapor pressure also increases. Vapor pressure also increases. More vapors are formed there. Okay. Now, the vapor pressure of a liquid vapor pressure of a liquid, vapor pressure of the liquid is lowered by, vapor pressure of a liquid is lowered by adding a non-volatile solute, adding a non-volatile solute into the liquid, or solvent. Okay, let us see, take the example here. For example, if we have taken 100 ml of the water in a beaker, 100 ml of water in a beaker. Okay, now we are adding, suppose 1 gram of sodium chloride, 1 gram of sodium chloride. What happens? Due to the addition of the sodium chloride, the vapor pressure get reduces here. Vapor pressure get reduces here. You can take one example, routine example. When we prepare a tea, okay, suppose that milk get boiled. Now when we are adding the sugar into that, what happens? Due to the addition of the sugar, the boiling of that milk get reduces. Okay, the boiling of that milk get reduces. This is because sugar is a non-volatile solute, and it will reduces the vapors which are formed there. Whatever the vapors which are formed here, that vapors can be reduces due to the addition of the non-volatile solute. Okay, so due to the addition of the non-volatile solute, the vapor pressure of the liquid is lowered. Vapor pressure of the liquid is lowered. Okay, so try to understand about this. Suppose that P0 is the vapor pressure of, P0 is the vapor pressure of a pure liquid. P0 is the vapor pressure of a pure liquid. Means no any solvent, no any solute is added there. Okay, I can show to you this. Just we have taken the solvent there, 100 ml of water, pure liquid. No any solute is added here. So the vapor pressure, suppose that vapor pressure it is equal to, let us imagine there is a vapor pressure about 50 millimeter. 50 millimeter is here, vapors are there. Vapor pressure it is 50 millimeter. Now when we are adding the sodium chloride, the vapor pressure will be reduces. It is around 40 here, 40 millimeter. Reduces by 10. So vapor pressure of the liquid, it is lowered by adding a non-volatile solute. Now P0, it is the vapor pressure of the pure liquid. Means this 50 P0 it is equal to 50 millimeter. Okay. And P is the vapor pressure of the solution. P is the vapor pressure of the solution. Vapor pressure of the solution. Okay, this is now the solution due to the addition of the sodium chloride. Now, what is the lowering of the vapor pressure? Lowering of vapor pressure first going to be discussed. So in this case, P0 minus P, it is called as a lowering of the vapor pressure. P0 minus P, it is called as a lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure. Now, what is the relative lowering of vapor pressure? So, relative lowering of vapor pressure is, you can see here. Okay. So, P0 minus P, it is a lowering of vapor pressure. And P0 minus P upon P0, it is a relative lowering of vapor pressure. What is P0 here? P0, it is the vapor pressure of the pure solvent or pure liquid at a given temperature. And P is the vapor pressure of the solution. due to the addition of the non-volatile solute. That is now solution. So the vapor pressure get lowered due to the addition of the non-volatile solute. And the difference between these two, P0 minus P, it is called as a lowering of the vapor pressure. And a relative to that of the vapor pressure of the liquid. So it is written P0 minus P upon P0, it is relative lowering of vapor pressure. Okay, that is P0 minus P upon P0. This is called as a relative lowering of vapor pressure. Okay, it is a relative lowering of vapor pressure. Now, we want to discuss about the Raoult's law, which is related to this relative lowering of the vapor pressure. So Raoult's law states that the relative lowering of the vapor pressure of a solvent on addition of non-volatile solute is equal to the mole fraction of the solute in the solution. Raoult states that the relative lowering of the vapor pressure, what is the Raoult's law here? It is related to the relative lowering of the vapor pressure. So according to the Raoult's law, the relative lowering of the vapor pressure, Raoult's law states that the relative lowering of the vapor pressure is equal to, that is P0 minus P upon P0. This is the relative lowering of the vapor pressure. So it is equal to the mole fraction of the solute, X2. We know that X2 is the mole fraction of the solute. What is X2 here? X2, it is called as a mole fraction of a solute. Okay. And X1, it is the mole fraction of a solvent. X1, it is called as a mole fraction of a solvent. So according to the Raoult's, the relative lowering of the vapor pressure, that is P0 minus P upon P0, it is equal to X2. That is the mole fraction of the solute. So let us write here P0 minus P upon P0, it is equal to X2. Okay. Now let us modify this equation, subtracting the left hand side and right hand side from 1. So we can write this now P0 minus P upon P0, it is equal to 1 minus X2, subtracting from the unity. Then if we simplify this, it is now P0 minus P0 minus minus plus plus P upon P0. It is equal to 1 minus X2. Okay. So P0, P0 get cancelled. So this is now P upon P0. It is equal to 1 minus X2. So this is also the Raoult's law, another form of the Raoult's law. The mathematical expression for the Raoult's law is that this P0 minus P upon P0, it is equal to X2, or this is also the Raoult's law here. P upon P0, it is equal to 1 minus X2. So according to the Raoult's law, the relative lowering of the vapor pressure, it is equal to the mole fraction of the solute. It means it will depends upon the mole fraction of the solute. It will depends upon the quantity of the solute. It will depends upon the amount of the solute. How it becomes, you can just now see here. Okay, 1 minute. Suppose we have taken a sodium chloride, we have to add the sodium chloride here in water. Sodium chloride solution. Okay, sodium chloride solution. Okay. Now, if we add suppose 1 gram of sodium chloride here, then the relative lowering of the vapor pressure, that is P0 minus P upon P0, it is equal to X2. X2, it is the mole fraction of the this sodium chloride. solute. Now if we are adding 2 gram of sodium chloride into the same, the mole fraction will be changes, amount will be changes now, therefore mole fraction will be changes, mole fraction of the solute will be changes. Okay, so we can say that the relative lowering of the vapor pressure of a solvent or of a liquid, it is depends upon the mole fraction of the solute. Okay, so this is about the relative lowering of the vapor pressure. This is about the relative lowering of the vapor pressure, that is Raoult's law.